This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, special rigs for special kids stop traffic in Dunedin at the weekend. The 2017 New Zealand Winter Games are in full swing in Queenstown. And Invercargill celebrates the 50th anniversary of Burt Munro's world speed record with a motorcycle street parade. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Traffic came to a standstill as the Special Rigs for Special Kids parade passed through Dunedin at the weekend. The event is one of the big days in the year for kids with special needs. Roselle LeBone reports.
Dunedin streets were alive to the sounds of over 200 trucks and truckies and 270 special needs kids from around the region this weekend.
There's food, a bouncy castle, and it's going to be so fun.
Event founder Greg Inch got the idea from a truck driver friend in Britain. At the back of the firm where the truck driver worked was an orphanage, and every weekend the kids would help the drivers clean the trucks. So to thank the kids, the drivers took them for a ride.
We've got kids that come up and see me every year, get their photos, and yeah, some of these kids have been in it 10, 12 years, ever since they were 2, you know. I was at a school, Green Island School, and the principal came up to me and he says, you know that rigs what you do is a great thing. And I said, oh, that's cool, I'm glad everyone enjoys it. And he says, no, it's bigger than Christmas for these kids. He says, really is.
Hundreds of spectators camped out to watch the spectacle, which ended with a truckie-style barbecue lunch at the Edgar Centre for the kids, parents and team of volunteers. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
The Clutha District Council has received a run of complaints about wayward chickens scratching up neighbouring gardens in a few of the district's towns during the past few weeks. A council spokesman says the complaints have prompted the council to remind people of regulations about keeping poultry in urban areas. The complaints over the past 6 weeks have come from various areas in the district, including Balclutha, Kaitangata and Waihola. The council is reminding people that up to 10 chickens or poultry were allowed on an urban property and they had to be housed in a proper enclosure at least 2 metres from the boundary. Roosters are not allowed. The 2017 New Zealand Winter Games are in full swing in Queenstown. The action-packed games will see athletes from New Zealand and the world, including Australia, China and the US. Teams will compete for early qualifications for the 2018 Olympic Winter Games in Korea. Mina Amso has the action.
The Winter Games are back, hitting the slopes and arenas of Queenstown, Wanaka and Naseby.
It's like a coming of age this time with the 5th game, so we're ready to roll. You take a long time building up to it, and now we just want to get started.
CLAP says the games, which have been held every 2 years in the past, may become an annual event, but it won't be till November before a decision is made. Not necessarily that much more difficult. You have a little bit less planning time, but you've got more continuity of staff, etc. It's the finances that are the difficult part. CLAP says the games have seen huge growth in recent years, and this will only mean more global media coverage in future. Athletes from countries including Australia, China, Korea, Japan and the USA will compete. And CLAP says the snow report is looking positive for the athletes. Anything in the outdoors, you never know what it's going to bring, and over the years we've had good snow, bad snow, but at the moment the snow's looking good. The 5th biannual Winter Games will be used by many athletes to get early qualification points for the 2018 Olympic Winter Games in Korea. Mina Amso, The South Today.
Police are seeking witnesses to an assault which left a man unconscious in Wanaka this morning. In a statement, police say a 27-year-old man was found behind the BP station on Ardmore Street about 1:30 a.m. He was unconscious and was taken to Dunedin Hospital in a serious but stable condition. Police are yet to speak to the man, but they believe he'd been kicked in the head. The 50th anniversary of Burt Munro's world speed record at the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah was celebrated in Invercargill on Saturday with a motorcycle street parade. Over 120 riders made their way through the main streets of Invercargill to show off their bikes and remember a Southland hero. Sharon Rees has more.
Father and daughter Stephen and Francie Winteringham prepared to lead the team of motorcyclists through Invercargill on Saturday to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Burt Munro's world speed record. Motorcycles lined Tay Street to mark the occasion, from the biggest of the three-wheel Can-Ams, decorated Triumphs and Harley-Davidsons, to children's dirt bikes.
We've opened it up to anybody with any kind of bike. Doesn't matter what kind of breed and what kind of model. We've just more bikes out to celebrate the day is what we're after.
Winteringham was master of ceremonies for the parade, calling riders of all ages to the start at classic motorcycle Mecca. Riders began a slow but steady ride through the main streets of the city, with children trailing at the back of the pack, en route to the finishing point at E. Hayes & Sons hardware store.
We thought we'd kick it off here and then work our way up to E. Hayes & Sons, which is where the Burt's original bike is stored and looked after by the Hayes family.
At the end of the parade, riders and members of the public had a chance to check out the range of motorcycles involved. And while replicas of Munro's bike are often seen in public, the real McCoy was on display inside the hardware store. 50 years ago on Saturday, this bike was zooming across the Utah salt flats at 296 kilometres per hour, the original fastest Indian. I'm Sharon Rees for The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, the granddaughter of the Gloria Vale Commune founder releases a book detailing life in the Gloria Vale Commune, and a number of hardy greymouth people took part in the annual polar plunge.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. Just think, 80 years ago, this year, my grandfather set up Alex Campbell Menswear right on Cargill's Corner in South Dunedin. We've had some great years, bringing Otago and Southland the very best of menswear for both business and everyday needs.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
The University of Otago. Usually the atmosphere is charged with the energy of student life. But this week is the week before exams.
Hey, Tane. Not now, man. I'm panicking.
Come on, mate. I know just what you need.
In here?
No. Is this it?
No. This is the place to ease your stress.
Hey, Tane. Fancy a little cuddle?
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books, with the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
We're a 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
If you're staring at empty walls, stare no longer. The Dunedin Art Show has arrived. Visit Dunedin's largest ever art show and take part in Otago's art sales event of the year. View and buy original artworks from established and emergent New Zealand artists. Thousands of artworks priced from $50. Opening night gala Thursday the 21st of September, with show days from Friday the 22nd to Sunday the 24th from 10 a.m. at the Edgar Centre, Andersons Bay. Visit the DunedinArtShow.co.nz for tickets and more info.
Welcome back. A book detailing life in the Gloria Vale commune has been released by the granddaughter of founder Neville Cooper. Lilia Tarua has written Daughter of Gloria Vale, My Life in a Religious Cult about the community at Hopiri, near the Greymouth on the west coast. Founded in 1969, Gloria Vale reportedly has around 500 members, with families living according to an Old Testament interpretation of Christianity. Ms. Tarua left the commune with her parents 8 years ago and currently lives in Christchurch. In her book, the 26-year-old writes of her 18 years in the group, her relationship with her maternal grandfather, who she knew as Grandad Hopeful, and the day her family left the community. A number of hardy Greymouth people braved wintry seas yesterday to take part in the annual polar plunge. The event is a fundraiser for the Life Education Trust, with one individual raising $1,000 alone.
The icy Tasman Sea prompted squeals and shrieks from many of the 100 or so people who took part in the annual Greymouth Polar Plunge. It was the 5th year the event has been run, and Westland Mayor Bruce Smith was among those taking part.
What a warm. That's awesome. What a temperature. It's warmer at Hokitika.
Smith was joined by Greymouth Mayor Tony Cockshawn and a number of the local police force. Entrants were sponsored to take the plunge, often in fancy dress, although some brave souls opted for minimal clothing. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Currently on display at a Dunedin City Gallery is an exhibition of art created by local school pupils. The South Today went along for a look and saw art lovers are in for a real treat.
Dunedin's Community Gallery is open all this week with portfolios created by those studying art at Otago Girls High School. The exhibition covers works by the school's older pupils, including Year 12 art student Hannah King.
I'm really into Greek, like Renaissance paintings, and Greek statues and Roman statues and things like that. So I kind of brought that in, and I quite liked anatomy as well. So I have a bit of the human body, and yeah, and then the bird is a kingfisher, which is means it's quite important to my family. So I kind of brought that in as well. So that's my personal side of things.
Year 11 allows students to try out different types of art and see which one suits them best.
At the start of the year we do 2 internals, and so one's a painting one and the other one's a sculpture, and then from there you decide which one you would want to do your whole portfolio on for external exams. And so this was my sculpture that I did at the beginning of the year, but I eventually decided that I wanted to do painting more than sculpture.
Hannah is enjoying her course, and she's thinking of continuing on with art into next year as well.
I'm Year 12 this year, and so I'm doing art this year, and I've got a folio in the works, and then I'm pretty certain that I'll take art next year as well, and then that'll be my last year.
The portfolio exhibition is on display at Dunedin's Community Gallery until 5 p.m. this Friday. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
After the break on the South Today, New Zealand rugby fans had two reasons to celebrate this weekend with the All Blacks and the Black Ferns. And on that note, Dunedin Mayor Dave Cowell has publicly congratulated the Black Ferns on their World Cup victory.
Autumn is here. Too late to sow grass seed, but never fear. Ready Lawn is here. Ready Lawn, your perfect all-year-round solution. Call Ready Lawn today.
The Gate Hospitality and Tourist Centre is a standout attraction of Cromwell and Central Otago for travellers and locals alike, featuring the Harvest Hotel, which is Central Otago's gateway accommodation, featuring standard and premium rooms, which open onto breathtaking mountain, vineyard and rural views. The Harvest Hotel also has a relaxing, sun-trapped courtyard and standalone conference and wedding centre. The Hunting Lodge-themed Five Stags Bar and Restaurant provides an honest, welcoming, family-friendly place to grab a great feed and a relaxing beverage. Forage Information Centre and Cafe is light and spacious and serves fabulous food and bedazzling beverages and offers information and booking services. In every season, for every reason, the Gate Hospitality and Tourist Centre has something for everyone.
Hi, I'm Dennis Charlotte and road racing motorcycles is my lifetime passion. It's a massive adrenaline rush, but the high-speed crashes have been tough on the body over the years. I almost felt as old as my mate Ian.
Sportsval, supporting tendons, ligaments and cartilage. And Energy Plus helps replace the energy that everyday living takes away.
Now I feel more alive and have more sustained energy to really enjoy my racing.
Buy 2 packs of Sportsval and get 2 packs of Energy Plus absolutely free. So call now, 0800 502 402.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. Just think, 80 years ago, this year, my grandfather set up Alex Campbell Menswear right on Cargill's Corner in South Dunedin. We've had some great years, bringing Otago and Southland the very best of menswear for both business and everyday needs.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Thanks for staying with us. New Zealand rugby fans had 2 reasons to celebrate this weekend. The Black Ferns women's team won the World Cup, beating defending champions England 41-32 in Dublin, while in Dunedin the All Blacks retained the Bledisloe in front of a crowd of 27,000 at Forsyth Bar Stadium. Otago Chamber of Commerce Chief Executive Dougal McGowan says the test is likely to have contributed somewhere between $5 million and $10 million to Dunedin's economy. The Black Ferns have won the Women's Rugby World Cup 5 times, while the All Blacks have won the Men's Rugby World Cup 3 times. And on that note, Dunedin Mayor Dave Cowell has publicly congratulated the Black Ferns on their victory in yesterday's Women's Rugby World Cup final. Mayor Cull described the team's performance as epic. His Worship the Mayor has formally invited the team to a public victory parade and civic reception in Dunedin. This weekend in Ashburton saw around 30 gunmen in Wild West clothes testing their pistol wrangling skills. The South Today took a look down the barrel.
The National Wild Bunch Championships in Ashburton this weekend allowed pistol enthusiasts to dress up as cowboys and cowgirls to prove their gun handling skills. The event was held at the Ashburton Pistol Club's range, which has hosted championships on a number of previous occasions. Looking like they had stepped straight out of a Wild West movie, the shooters were tested on mock ranges set up to assess both distance and close-up shooting speed and accuracy. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
The founders of Queenstown's Jean Malpass Native Plant Nursery have paid tribute to the work of volunteers. The nursery has just been extended and the official opening was carried out on Friday by National Party leader Bill English. Mena Amso has more.
Pick all the rubbish and the extra bits and pieces off there.
Volunteers Jill Clisard and Jen Seed pot up some Coprosma rigidia, a New Zealand native plant that's usually found in riverbanks and forests' edge. They come to the nursery to pot every Wednesday and say it's a blossoming labour of love.
Meeting different people. Two new ones here today that I haven't met before. Two new people.
Do something that you feel is contributing to the environment, and putting natives back into all the local areas is just fantastic.
Trust treasurer and volunteer Peter Blanchard has noticed a growing number of people volunteer since the nursery started in 2013.
We were struggling to get 20, so we're now up at 50.
And the diversity of volunteers coming through has been heartwarming for co-founders Barbara and Neil Thompson.
Oh, I think it's marvellous. The more we can get this information to the younger people, the better. And Shotover Primary School is one of those schools that's really taken it on board.
Right, now you hammer that.
The Thompsons welcome all volunteers, anyone at all with a passion of native plants and a willingness to get the job done.
Good.
Nina Amso, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. Traffic came to a standstill in Greater Dunedin as the annual Special Rigs for Special Kids parade passed through the city, culminating in a party at the Edgar Centre. The Winter Games in Queenstown are in full swing, with competitors seeking qualification points for the 2018 Winter Olympics in Korea. And the 50th anniversary of Burt Munro's world speed record at the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah was celebrated in Invercargill on Saturday with a motorcycle street parade. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Dave Cannon.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Well, we've got the usual story, far too much news, not enough room to put it all in, so we'll have to do our best to get what we can in tomorrow. The big story on the national front as well is the government has announced it wants to build or establish a third medical school in this country, so specialising in rural medicine, and so that involves our local medical school, Auckland, and other people as well. So,
who I believe are not very happy with the idea.
No, well, Eileen Goodwin, who has a tab on most things health in the city, as you know, she's had a good look at the story tomorrow and has also done an analysis of what it actually means in terms of it coming up coincidentally at the time we're having an election too. So she's written a sort of a nice think piece on that, so we'll give that a bit of a splash tomorrow, so that'll be on the front page as well. So hopefully our readers will be better informed when they've read what Eileen has to say about it all.
Very topical reading.
Yes, indeed. On some not so good news, there's talk of some more jobs going from the city. We've recently announced the warehouse is losing some staff, Mitre 10, and now we understand Foodstuffs is also looking at dropping some numbers as well, which is sad news for the city, and jobs relocated to Christchurch, so which is kind of a trend which is a bit alarming anyway.
Yes.
On a more pleasant and uplifting note, we have a lovely story about little Millie Cowan, a 5-year-old little lass who is off to school, having survived a real battle with cancer. She was in Ronald McDonald House for 18 months fighting the dreaded disease, and she has bounced back remarkably. So John Lewis has done a lovely story on that, and we've got a beautiful photograph of her tomorrow as well. So that will
lift spirits.
Put a smile on people's faces, I hope, and make us feel a bit better about how lucky we all are that we haven't got to go through something like poor little Millie's had to go through, and her family, of course.
That's a huge amount of time to be spending.
18 months, it's a long time, I know.
Especially if she's only 5.
We've got another interesting story. We think it might be a first for New Zealand. Logan Park High School has confirmed that they're going to have co-principals in future. So they've announced today that Peter Hills and Kristen Mowat are to be joint principals of a school. So we don't think it's happened anywhere else. We may be wrong.
I haven't heard of it before. It'll be interesting to see.
So how it's going to work is interesting. So John Lewis has done that story as well, so he's been quite busy today.
What made them come to that kind of
I don't know, and I haven't read the whole story yet myself, so I can't give you the full story.
So it's a need to know tomorrow.
Need to buy the paper, you see, to find out tomorrow.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other news, Colin Meads' funeral today, a big deal for the country. On the election front, Labor's announced a tourist tax for helping fund conservation matters. And the Wash column is looking at sporting matters. We had a big weekend, as you mentioned on your news, with the Black Ferns and the All Blacks. A reader of the Wash wants to know if we can compile the ultimate list of sporting trophies held by New Zealanders on a world basis or a national basis. So that's going to be the challenge for the Wash readers tomorrow.
Oh, so all the readers are going to write in? And
well, they do. They're pretty good at that. They let me know if we can challenge them to produce lists of things. They're very good at that. So we'll see how they go on the sporting front tomorrow.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks. It's definitely a lot to read in tomorrow's newspaper.
Indeed.
Thanks, Dave. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silberhorn Collagen Plus.
Today's southern view is of Dunedin Seagulls relaxing after the rugby. Looking at the situation, the rest of this week promises to be mostly settled weather, with areas of cloud on eastern coasts, but mainly fine inland and in the west. To the southern outlook, Balclutha, Catlins, Gore and Lumsden can all expect moderate southwesterlies, becoming fine and 11 degrees. Going westwards to central, Alexandra, Queenstown and Wanaka can all look forward to some cloud and 13. Te Anoa's moderate southwesterlies, becoming fine and 11. Travelling up to the northern outlook, the coastal towns of Oamaru and Timaru have moderate southwesterlies, mostly cloudy and 12. Inland, Omarama and Twizel can expect some cloud and a high of 13. Here in Dunedin tonight, it will be fine with an overnight low of 7 degrees. Tomorrow has sunny periods at first, but cloud increasing during the day and a few brief showers possible during the evening. Moderate southwesterly winds slowly becoming cooler, a high of 12 and a low of 6 degrees. And sunny periods and scattered cloud on Wednesday with moderate northeasterlies, a high of 11 and a low of 6. And in Invercargill tonight, a few showers with cooler southwesterlies with an overnight low of 6 degrees. Tomorrow sees showers clearing and sunny periods increasing with moderate southwesterly winds, cool temperatures of 11 and 6 degrees, and mostly fine on Wednesday with sunny periods and some high cloud, a high of 11 and a low of 5 degrees. And that's our news for this Wednesday. For the latest news from for the Southern region, you can follow us on YouTube, Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you all have a great evening. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.